Hey gang, Jeremy Larkin here with the Larkin Group at Keller Williams Real Estate. We've always told you we know this town. I was born and raised just down in the St. George Valley, as was my father. We're excited to introduce and invite and welcome the Ford Ironman St. George event coming in next week. And I'm standing here on the actual run course. This is a tough run course, and as the runners come in and they've been in a really tough jam coming up a climb, this is the view that they see into the St. George Valley, the temple, etc. And I hope it's a breath of fresh air for them. We want to take you on a quick tour of some great things that you can do as visitors while in town at the Ironman. There is more than just racing and suffering. Come with me while we take a look. So the first stop on our tour as we look at things to do while in town from Ironman is the historic district in St. George. I'm standing, if you look behind me, is an old adobe building. It was actually moved. It was a one-bedroom house that was moved here several years ago from 306 West, 300 North, just a couple of blocks away from here. I'm in the historic district. Behind me is the old social hall and opera house. These were the first buildings where the settlers of St. George ever held a public gathering, and that was in 1862. The historic district, what's fun is as she pans around, right as you see your very corner there right now, that is where the run and bike routes come right down around the roundabout on Main Street and head down to the finish line. We are 2 blocks away from the finish line. As we pan there is the St. George Art Museum. The historic district is full of amazing, amazing buildings from the mid to late 1800s, art galleries, shops, and some fantastic restaurants. My favorite pasta and carbo loading place for the race is the Pasta Factory, which is just 1 block away from here in Ancestor Square. Let's keep on taking our tour. Okay, I'm standing in front of my favorite stop on this tour. It's Judd Store Company. This is located in the historic district. Make it number 1, number 5, whatever. But what's fun is we're actually I'm standing right next to where the bikes come in on the Ironman route. They go down to the corner a block and a half west, clip out, hop in their running shoes, and then they head back out. Judd Store is the oldest operating store in St. George, Utah, founded and built in 1911. It's like an old Little House on the Prairie general store. Let's walk inside. Welcome. The thing about Judd Store is really fun. Come on in, would you? I used to come here when I was in 6th grade at the Woodward School, which is right behind us, that old original sandstone building, part of the historic district. They have in this place the original countertops, the original floors, the original ceiling. And if you pan around here, you can't smell what I can smell right now, but they're cooking fresh-baked cookies and fresh-baked breadsticks. These breadsticks are famous all over St. George. And the funnest part, if you look behind me, it's an old soda counter. You can come in here and get like one of 50 or 100 different types of soda. If you haven't been to Judd Store and you live in St. George, you're crazy. And if you're coming to St. George, especially for Ironman, make sure you get over to Judd Store, preferably Friday before the Ironman, but Saturday, maybe you can get in here through the course, and certainly Monday after. This is a treat. I love Judd Store. I'm going to call it my number favorite one on the list. Let's keep taking it. Okay, so our next stop on the tour is in front of a very impressive building. This building is the icon of downtown St. George. You'll see it on the cover of our website, gostgeorge.com. This is the St. George Temple with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The building was started in 1871 and completed in 1877. Built out of native sandstone from these hills and then covered with plaster. A little known fact is that this ground was swampy in the 1800s, and they had to bring in lava rock. They went clear up on a mountain, got this lava rock that you see on the west ridge of town. They took a cannon, put the cannon up in a pulley, and then they drop it on the rock to split it. The whole foundation of this LDS Temple is lava rock. This is an impressive site. You can come and you can go in the visitor center and learn a little bit more about the temple, or you can just come and walk around on the grounds. Talk about a beautiful place. It's public to be here on the grounds, but private to go inside. A beautiful place. The St. George Temple is an absolute, again, iconic building in St. George, Utah. Make sure you drive down here. It's just 5 blocks from the finish line of Ironman, and you can't miss it. All right, we're at the last stop on the tour. You can see the Ironman banner over my shoulder at historic Town Square and the clock tower. To pan around here, this is the heart and probably the end of the historic district. We already talked about the historic district, but Town Square is the best free entertainment in Washington County. It's phenomenal. This square, the gardens, the water splash pad, the streams, all the water comes off of Brooks Pond at the top of Main Street. It's all fed from a natural spring. And as she pans around here, what you can see is this is the finish of the race. When you're coming down that run course, and I hope it's before midnight, make that cutoff. We are at the finish line physically right now of the Ironman. Come to Town Square. If you have children, there is no better place to bring them than Town Square. Friday will be a lot easier because Saturday will be a zoo. And if you're here a few days early, come down after a hard training run or a last taper run or ride, put your feet in the water and relax. We are so excited to have Ironman in our town. Love it. I'm a triathlete, but not an Ironman triathlete yet. Love having you here. Welcome visitors. We're excited for the race. And until then, get your rest, eat your carbs, and we'll see you on race day.